Well, I'm back. Uh, thought I might be back sooner with more news. But it was a surprisingly quiet day. It is now after 5 o'clock. Technically, players can still enter the portal up until, I think, midnight tonight or thereabouts. But I would have thought anyone who was going to do so would have gotten their paperwork in and announced. The only new one since this morning's video was Braden Dudley, who was on pretty much everybody's most likely list. And so we were right about that. Now, I listed originally 10 players who I thought were the most likely. I did not expect them all to leave. Of the 4 who left, I was right about 3, wrong about Miller. A lot of people made fun of me when I picked Boyle. Ha, ha, ha. Last laugh, or maybe not. The, I guess, important thing here is that with Dudley leaving, we are down to the 85 scholarship limit. So that much is taken care of. We don't have to worry. Maybe this means that the coaches are happy with the progress of the players on the team. We know they had offers out to a number of players. I think a tight end, offensive lineman, and defensive lineman, possibly some others. I think maybe still another receiver. They weren't necessarily desperate. I know defensive line, they would have liked, I think, to bring somebody else in after McIntyre's injury. I still have not heard an official report on that. I may have missed it, but maybe it's not as bad as they thought. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of suggests we're not going to be bringing anybody new in, and maybe not giving any walk-on scholarships since there aren't any currently available. I suppose it is a good thing that it was such a quiet day, and overall a quieter spring portal than I expected. I thought at least 3 more guys would leave, maybe 5 more. Didn't necessarily want them to. A number of guys I was really hoping would stayed. So now it leaves guys like me with less to talk about, and I'm going to have to make up some topics. I'll find something here. I'll just need a cup of coffee or two to get me going here one of these days. Dipping back to Miller one more time, at least one more. The thing there is, when he came in last year, he was trying to do exactly what Beanie Bishop did. Come into a program that was in pretty bad shape in terms of the corners, especially. Have a chance to start and showcase his talents and get a look in the NFL. Then he got injured, missed that. He got a medical waiver for another year, but by now it's no longer such a depleted room, and his chances of starting and having a showcase were small. Even if he was getting 20 snaps or so a game, maybe 30 snaps a game, not necessarily enough to get the NFL scouts to pay attention, and not enough opportunities to make big plays. So playing more downs at a lower level means dropping back maybe to where he was. Well, then that's just the way it'll have to be. He's already gotten some attention. So, he should land someplace. He's a good corner. Maybe just not quite good enough for how things stand at West Virginia this year, or more precisely, this coming season. And that's a good thing for the program. That says good things about what the coaches have done and the guys they've brought in. So, we'll just kind of have to see. But we're going to have a lot more familiar names this fall, it appears, than I expected. Well, hopefully these guys are all going to do well. Spells has to come back from an injury. Hamilton, now he started for one of the teams in the spring game, so that's a little better than I thought he was doing. He appeared to be maybe a little lower on the roster, but evidently he did well enough in the spring game, to keep the coaches happy and to keep himself happy about his opportunities. And that's a good thing. Yeah. I know he's a favorite of a number of people and just had some tough luck like some other players and having to come back from an injury. So that, I think, is where we stand at the moment. If there is more news, I will hop on and let you know when I know or what I think I know. But, recap, we had Miller and Dudley enter the portal today, and only those two have announced so far. So I will go about my business, and there is plenty of it to go about, and I'll talk to you later. So long.